Welcome back to the shop today. This is Daniel with Boss C 351's Productions. We're back in here with phase 4 of our engine build-up video for the 3.5 Ecoboost for the 2011 through 2012 Ford F-150 trucks. Now after some much needed rest, got back in here. I've got everything sorted out, ready to go. What we're going to cover today is your basics, your oil pan, your front and rear covers, your valve covers, the coolant assemblies, the intake, the oil filter adapter, the oil cooler, and some miscellaneous items that I have already pre-installed just to keep the video time down on this one, since the last video, which is currently uploading, is going to be about two and a half hours long. And once again, I just want to take this time to thank all you guys for watching my videos. Do please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Please click on that bell because I've got 2 more videos coming up just on the build, and I'm going to have the installation videos for where I'm putting it in the truck and actually hooking it up. So please, once again, go ahead and click like, subscribe, click that bell. And once again, I want to thank you guys that have already done that and have donated to my channel. It's helped out a lot. So let's get going. Now what I've got laid out here on the table, you have your rear cover with your rear main seal. We're going to have to put that on first. You've got some of your coolant assemblies. This has got the thermostat in it. Got your water pump back here. You've got your oil cooler right here. Got your tensioner, of course your intake, your front cover. Now this is the back coolant assembly that your coolant tube connects to. The front of the coolant tube goes to this assembly here on the back side. Got your valve covers, got your high pressure fuel pump plate, then high pressure fuel pump, and of course your oil pan. Now today we're going to be using the engine break-in oil again, but also in addition to that, we got our grease out and our assembly lube. But I went ahead and got some of this high temperature nickel and assys lubricant that I plan on using on a couple of things, maybe not in this video, most likely in the next. And then I've got a tube of this, the right stuff, the 90-minute gasket maker. I don't like the real fast stuff. The real fast stuff can set up real quick, and it just doesn't give you time to explain what's going on the video, and it'll set up on you and go ahead and you'll have to peel it off and start over again. Now, I've already taken the time and I've gone ahead and installed all the seals, all the gaskets, all the O-rings and everything, instead of like in the last video you had to wait for me to install each item. What I'll do is when I install it, I'll show you this got a new ring or new gasket or whatnot, so we can go ahead and progress with the video, so I don't have to stop the video, unpackage the item, start the video back up, and then, you know, continue. It's just, again, a way to cut down the video time, editing time that I went through on the last video. The last video was 3 hours and 15 minutes. I cut it down to 2.5 hours. So I thought I did pretty good on it. Now, if you watched my video where I took the engine out of the truck, you'll notice here in this video that I've got some upgrades on some of the lifting devices. Now I lucked out and was able to pick up an actual Ford lifting device for the engine at a closed Ford dealership's closeout of their tools. I also picked up this engine bracket. That right there is a special tool for the 11 and 12 F-150 trucks with the 3.5 Ecoboost. The later trucks have a bracket there and already have that on it. A different version, but it's already on there. So 13 and 14 you don't have to buy it. But unfortunately on the 11 and 12s you're going to have to either mock up something like I did in that video, or just go ahead and try to find one of these lifting devices on eBay or somewhere else. And good luck, because brand new, these are around $500 just for this particular lifting device. Now, to get where we need to be, one, for ease of installation and proper installation, but also to be able to video this for you guys, I've lifted the engine up with the cherry picker and removed the engine stand. And what we're looking at is the back of the engine, crankshaft, you know, the block. And what we're going to do is install the rear main seal plate. And this plate's a little bit different than the stock plate, but this is what Ford sent and said this is the revision. So first, let's go ahead and clean this up. We'll be cleaning all our surfaces where we install everything today. We need to, anytime you put the sealer on, if you don't have it free, have the surface free of oil, the sealer will not set up correctly. It won't bond, and you'll probably end up having to redo it again. So I've got that cleaned. Next, we're going to get our grease, and we are going to grease this assembly grease, the blue stuff I've been using this whole time. We're going to coat the back of the crankshaft real good. That way our rear seal will not burn up at startup. If it burns up at startup, guess what? One, you're going to have a big leak at the rear main seal. Two, you're going to have to pull the engine out just to replace this part again, which is not very fun if you just put the engine back in. I've cleaned the surface of our part, and I went ahead and I've added the sealer to it. Decent amount of sealer, covering the entire surface area where it's going to mate to the block. And there's two dowels. Make sure the dowels go in the holes correctly. Gotta kind of slide this on. Really going to have to kind of use a feeler gauge to work it on. So it's got that lip that sticks out, that rides on the shaft. So just get a thin type feeler gauge. Just run it around as I press forward. Oops. Let's try that again. This one's a little flimsy. Try a little bit thicker one. Don't want to tear the seal, so we do have to make sure we're careful. There it goes. Slipped right on for us. And then we just put our bolts in. We're going to torque them to 89 inch-pounds and then 45 degrees. And we have a pattern that we're going to have to follow. To make sure it goes down flat. Bolt. put any pressure on it. I'm going to follow the sequence just to make sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our torque wrench, we'll start with number 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to do our 45 degrees, starting at number 1. Clear. 2. Clear. 3. Clear. 4. Clear. 5. Clear. 6. Clear. 7. Clear. And 8. All right. With the rear cover installed with the rear main seal. Also the crank position sensor, I went ahead and installed it on that plate beforehand. So we've got that taken care of. That was 89 inch-pounds. Up next, we're going to go ahead and install the pan. Now that we have the engine in the air, we need to clean the gasket surface really good from all the oil, transmission fluid, whatever's run down while we built the engine. We're going to have to wipe it down a couple of times. Changing our rag each time. Again, the reason why we're doing this, if you don't sealer will not stick. If it doesn't stick, it will not seal. We do not want a leak whatsoever on a brand new rebuilt engine, especially if it's a customer's engine, which I do have coming up next. We just keep it from running down. Get that pan on there. Let that flash real quick, and we'll get the pan on there. All right, I've got the pan already. I've got the sealer on the pan. I went ahead and did it, you know, time-wise. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it up gently, carefully at the bottom of the engine. And we're gonna put our 4 bolts at it, one at each corner, to hold it up there while we bring in the rest of our bolts. So it's hanging down a bit. I'm just going to start this bolt. Start each of them. Alright. Run this up. We don't want to move the pan too much. We do want to square the pan up here in the front. Get a socket, run this up real quick. These are just difficult to turn with your finger. Not really much room here. Should make it a little easier. Yeah, that's what it said. Let me get with it. So you want to square that up right there. This other bolt in up here. Let's see. That's squared up. Let's get this one in back here. Got those in, so now we can get our other bolts. Start our bolts by hand. Excuse me. Like I said, we're just going to start them because we've got to come back and torque these original 4 first. And then we'll go ahead and get these bolts in the holes. Make sure everything lines up correctly. Don't really like to torque anything until I have all the bolts installed, at least started. Because you can end up doing your torques and go and try to put the other bolts in, and the bolt holes don't line up, and you end up having to take it loose and move the things around. That's no good. We got these in. We got 2. Let's see. We got 4 more. These 4 here are going to go up here up front. And we got 2 small ones. 2 small ones go here in the back. Rear seal cover that we just installed. All our bolts started. Okay, we've got the pan bolts snugged up. Now we got to go through our torque sequence. Our first torque is 177 inch-pounds for all the bolts except for number 10, which is in the back. It's a long bolt. The 2 smaller bolts, 15 and 16 on the back on the rear main seal cover. So let's get these torqued. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the back is 177, but it's got a different torque to yield spec. Alright. We'll start again at 11, 177, 12, 13, 14, then we reduce down to 89 inch-pounds. There are 2 back bolts on the rear main seal cover. 15 is on Right side. 16 is on the left side. Well, now the torque angle is 45 degrees. It seems like a lot for these little bolts, but we'll find out. Clear. 2. Clear. 3. Clear. 4. Clear. 5. Clear. 6. Clear. 7. Clear. 8. Clear. 9. Eleven. 12. 13. 14. 15 in the back. Clear. 16 in the back. All right. We're going to do our 90 degrees on number 10. And clear. It's 52. Add 40. Add 35, excuse me. All right, now our pan is installed and torqued. Okay, now that we have the engine back on the engine stand and we're done with the oil pan and the rear cover, before we put the front cover on, I want to go ahead and put some more of this engine assembly lube. I've got just a little bit left. You can put engine assembly lube, you can use oil. I'm just going to use the rest of this lube up, this bottle, and it will sink down through to where you want it to go. It's basically lubing the guides, moving the chain. And what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it, make sure it gets all over everything. Don't forget the secondary chain. wherever you can get in, squeeze you some out. The next engine build, I'll start with a new bottle. Like that. And what I did was went over and I refilled my bottle with engine oil. What you can do is save these bottles, fill them with engine oil. That's if you like, build a lot of engines, work on a lot of, stuff where you have to pre-lube, which I do. The beautiful part is it runs down and goes right in the pan instead of all over the floor. Now we have our pan in. Got it getting soaked. Is there anything else we need to lubricate? Okay, I've got the sealer on our front cover. You can see, two places you want to make sure you get it is right here and right here. Make sure you get it all the way around and in the V. Now we're going to put it on. We're going to hold it on with 2 bolts. Line up the dowels. Let's see. To be careful. Line up that dowel. That one. And stick your 2 bolts in and run them down. Get this up my fingers, got it. Get it on my arm. Just want it to hold on. All right. Let me get the rest of the bolts. Stick them in. There's some long ones, short ones. They're pretty. Some of these are pretty uniform in size. There was a small one. Grab by accident. Let's see. Long one. Where is it? There. The other one. Let's see. Across. We got our 4 bolts also we have left over. Put down at the bottom. So Nope. What is it? 1, 2, 3. There. There. Here. So one bolt shy here. That one doesn't go there. Let's see here. Bolt the two here mixed up somewhere. Just run it down. Ooh, too much. There, put it backwards, and this short one goes here. The smaller one. There. 15. All right. Now for our torques. The first series are 89 inch-pounds. We'll start with number 1, number 2, directly across. Number 3, and it goes to 7, then 8, and 8 right there across, 15 and 17. Let's see, 15 is here. 17 is here. There we go. 18 here. 19 here. 20. And 21, which is the big one in the center. All right. Now, next step, We'll do them all at 177 inch-pounds. Same series again. Let's see. 1, 2, and 7 and 8. And 17, 18, and let's get 15. We'll get that one. 19 and 20. Alright, third stage. Let's see. I'm going to do 21. Now, we'll go through all that again and do 45-degree torque angle. Alright. So, 1. 2, 3, 7, 8. Here. Shit, I want 7. Oh, she wants to recalibrate. I'm gonna go 8. There. Alright. I'm gonna go 15. Make sure. Clear. 17 and 18. Clear. 19. 20. And 21 in the middle, which gets 90 degrees. And we'll just do 45 twice. Okay. Next torque sequence, we're going to do the remainder of the bolts, 89 inch-pounds, so I can follow it from here. So, this one's 3, then 4, then 5, then 6 across, 13, 14, let's see, 16, and there's 22, which is the small one. Alright. And we're going to go alright. Starting at number 3, 4. Let's see. It's going to be 5, 6. And we go to 9. 10. No, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, and we go all the way up to 22. Okay, these are in inch pounds. Okay, now last torque is your torque input, 45 degrees. We're going to follow it again. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, let's see, 6, 9, here, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, uh-oh, and then 16, oh shoot, let me back that off back where I started. I wish this thing would reset on its own. Let's make sure it's torqued right. 177. Torque angle 45. Alright. We have 22, which is 45 degrees if we make it. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't and snap it off. Okay, there it is. Now we have the front cover torqued. Just a slight error or two on it, but it is torqued. Now we're going to install the valve covers. Before we do so, we're going to take our sealer, Just put a little bit of sealer right here. Let's get rid of this one. A little sealer right here where the front cover meets the head. Do it on both sides. That will assist us in preventing the possibility of a leak. A little bit of oil coming out of it. Alright. Take your valve cover, a little tip here. Get you some spray silicone. Hit these seals. A little bit of it. Rub it on here. And then these metal pieces will help these valve covers go on a little bit easier. Now some of you may be wondering why I didn't say anything about these seals here. This valve cover. Did I replace the seals? No, I did not. I don't replace those seals unless it is absolutely necessary. The reason being is these are what? These are plastic valve covers. If those seals are not split, tore, cracked, they're in good condition, I'll leave them alone. What will happen is if you go to replace those seals, you'll find that you can get them out real easy. But when you try to get them back in, you will crack the valve cover. And you don't want to do that. The reason why you crack the valve cover is because these things have been heat cycled. Unless you bought brand new valve covers, the valve covers are heat cycled. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. And of course they make them a little bit more brittle. You know, with age, they're going to get even more brittle. But I did replace the VVT solenoid seals in my 2013 FX4, and I had an installation tool. Everything was being gentle. I was tapping them in, and I split the valve cover right there in between the two ports. Completely split it. So, you know, if you want, my suggestion to you, you can try it, but be prepared to have to order a new valve cover. It's quite possible you're going to split it. There's just not a whole lot there. There's not very much meat at all right there in between those holes. And this is one of the instances I kind of wish Ford would have put metal valve covers, or at least aluminum valve covers, on the engine. We're just running these down to get them close. We're not seating them. We will seat them with the torque wrench. These get 89 inch-pounds. There is a torque sequence to go through. Also note, there's a little nut goes here, a little nut goes here. I believe there's one that goes here for the fuel rail. On the other side, first four get these little nuts that go on the studs. We're going to do our torque. 89 inch-pounds. Let's just put it down again. So we'll do the right hand valve cover first. All right, number one, right here. Number two, here. Three. Four. Five. Six. No, wrong. Seven. Eight. Nine. 10. 11. All right. Over to the left side, or the right side. And we're gonna go 1. 2, way back here. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11, which is the front. All right, valve covers installed. Let's go to the next item. Coolant system items. You've got a rubber gasket here that fits right here. Just push it on, shove it on back. It'll go back in there. Next, let's see. You have this cooling assembly. Fits back here in the back of the engine. Oops. Make sure you can see. This assembly fits here. It's only got 3 bolts. The 4th bolt comes from the intake. So, and also, I wanted to show you, and I did show you like I told you I would. It's got new gaskets right here and right here. So. Go ahead and run that one down. Alright. Alright, these are 89 inch-pounds, then 45 degrees. We can change it to our torque angle. It wants to recalibrate. Clear. 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 Alright, next, a coolant tube. You can lube these O-rings, these orange O-rings I've already installed. Lubricate them. A little lube, run it in here. Just makes it easier to go in. Slips in just like that. And next, we want to put the water pump on. So we'll get a water pump, which has a brand new water pump. It's got the water pump gasket included with it. So let's get it up here and line everything up. Now, I put the screws in it just to keep up with them. Like I said during the teardown video, you do what you gotta do. Bag them, put them with the assembly, whatever you got to do to keep all these screws and stuff together. This is going down there on that seal. It will compress on that seal. Tighten down. So got them all. Short circuits. It's 89 inch-pounds and 45 degrees. Here's our torque sequence. So 89 inch-pounds, we'll go number 1. We'll go number 2. Three. It's gonna be this other one. 4, 5, 6 will be over here. 7 up here. All right, that's all our bolts. And we'll do our 45 degrees. Now, one again. There, 2, there, 3, clear, 4, clear, 5, clear, 6, clear, and 7. All right. Now we're going to get the coolant assembly thermostat, and it's going to go over that and connect to this tube. So, also, oops, it's got a new gasket on it. So we're going to line it up, that O-ring, and up here at the block, push it on, and we'll put our bolts in it. Right, down. Kind of pick up, try to get the hole here, get the bolt going to the center of it, just like this one here, get the bolt to the center of it. Now, torque it. Here's our torque sequence. And this is going to be 71, then 45 degrees. One, 2, 3, and 4. Change it over to our torque angle. 45. All right. Thermostat housing installed. Now for our oil filter adapter, I'll make sure the gunk off. These are going to be 89 inch-pounds, and then 45 degrees for these bolts. It's got a new gasket on it as well. All right, get a ratchet and run those up real quick. A bit too tight. I'm going to start with 1. Give you a little tip on this. You guys decide to do your timing, and you just leave the engine in and take everything off the front cover to do it, and you put the high pressure pump in. There's 2, this is 3. You'll want to go ahead and take this off and go ahead and change the gasket. 4. If you don't, you may be sorry. And the same thing goes for you 5.4 owners. You want to change the gasket out as soon as possible, especially on the 5.4. 45 degrees. 45 degrees. 45. 45. And 45. Now we have our oil filter adapter installed. Up next, our oil cooler. This is our oil cooler. This is what they call an MRP part, mandatory replacement. They say not to reuse the oil cooler ever. So every time I do one of these, I put a new one on. It comes with a new O-ring. Comes with this part. It goes through the center. So essentially, you kind of want to put this at a slight upward angle. Just a little bit. It's got a slot that it fits in. This one's not fitting in an angle. This one is actually almost horizontal. That's okay. Some of them do, they point up just a little bit at an angle. Some of them, I guess, don't. This one doesn't. So the oil cooler center bolt's going to torque to 43 foot-pounds, and you're going to have a 14 millimeter Allen socket, both to take it off and to put it back on. So change to foot-pounds. All right, stick it in, make sure it's still lined up. All right, now our oil cooler is installed. And we're going to put our water pump pulley on, and you'll note this is a 3-bolt pulley, not 4-bolt that we had from factory. Just reuse 3 of the bolts. Keep the 4th bolt for just in case. Alright. Let's see if I can hold 18 foot-pounds. I may be able to, may not. Not, we'll figure out another way to do it. Without pinching the crap out of my fingers. No, won't be able to hold it. I'll try another method right quick. Because we will torque it once we get it in the vehicle. And let's see, no, it's not gonna work. Come on, rotate over. Yeah, well. Alright. Alright, got that. Alright, got the pulley on, got it torqued. Back to the front, we have our belt tensioner. And just in case you guys are wondering, no, this is not ultra clean. However, yes, it is ultra clean, but I used some aluminum, shiny aluminum paint just to clean these up and get the marks off of them. It does look a bit different than standard aluminum. This is standard aluminum. This is that shiny aluminum paint by Rust-Oleum. Comes in a tall can. Seems like the tall cans that are silver are a good bit higher quality paint than the other standard paint that they sell. So these are going on at 18 foot-pounds. All right. Next, we have the high-pressure fuel pump plate. New O-ring, got 2 new O-rings in the plate. First thing goes on here, screw this down. It's got a torque, but I'm gonna tell you now, I do not torque these for the sheer fact that they're easily rounded off. And that good old boy term good and tight is good enough for me. It's not gonna go anywhere. Right there, I felt it, and then just a little bit more of a turn. And that's all we need on that. Now, we've got our high pressure fuel pump. We're gonna put her in. You've got your lifter in there, your follower. It's already in there. I put mine in there already. If you remember during the head build-up part, just put your pump on top of it. Run your bolts down. Which I really didn't find a torque for. So we're going to use that same method, good and tight. Yeah, that's it. So it's not going to go anywhere either. Next item we're going to put on before we put our intake is going to be our fuel rail assembly. Probably could have put it on earlier, but this right here, it's not too hard to put on it anyway. So we're gonna get a little bit of oil and we're gonna put it on the threads. Just to make sure they don't gall up. All right. So, cleaned up there. We go under the coolant tube. Go ahead and make the line back here, but not tighten it. Just got a little standoff there and a little standoff here. Just line them up. Just run the nut on the fuel injection rail. Let's see. There we go. There's one. So we can get this other one run down good. Because we probably should have done this before, this coolant pipe and the coolant stuff, but we can still do it. A little slot that'll fit in the head. You get them super skinny wrenches. Make this a lot easier. Okay. Now that one's tight. All right, there we go. Let's put just a little bit more on it. All right, got that one tight. Move up here to this one. Tighten that down. I'm going to take our bolt, finagle it, and we're just going to run that one down. Hit me. All right, And this gets a little nut, we'll put on that later. We have the fuel rail installed. So it is 89 inch-pounds, and here's our torque sequence. Then we got to do 45 degrees afterwards. So let's hit 1. What's going on here? 1. And we go 2. Three is directly across. 4. 5 is up front on the other side. 6. Nope. 6 is back here. 7. 8 is up here. Alright. Torque angle. Back to 1. It's 45 degrees. Clear. 2. 3, straight across. 'Sometimes it's just a booger to get these on there. Clear. 4. 5 up front. Clear. Now 6 is back here. 7 back here. 8 up front. All right, we've got our intake installed. Now I decided, let's go ahead and try to install the front pulley, the crank dampener. Now installing the dampener or the crank pulley, the main crank pulley, first we're going to lube the crank up as well as that seal. Make sure we don't damage the seal at all. Somewhat challenging to install this without the installer. The installer has basically thread to come out and a nut that you run down to suck it, suck it up. What I've been doing is using a dead blow and work it on. Hitting the ring. Hit this inner ring, don't hit this outer one. And just work it on slowly. Until you get one of your used bolts to thread. Still not far enough in. Once I get it started, I've got an old Ford tool. Just put right there in the middle. it in. Just want to get it in far enough. You reach in with the old crank bolt with a washer on it. Get the thread. That way you can pull it up the rest of the way. Here we go, start threading. We get a ratchet, start ratcheting on it, and we'll start pulling it up. Now remember, we're using the old bolt and the washer. We're going to do this with our new one. Now, what we'll do is back it out. We're going to get our new one. Go ahead and put it in there. So in a pinch, I'll take an 18mm socket. We'll take the removal tool, stick it in the slot, put an extension right there, and I'll set my torque wrench, go ahead and put it on there, then I'll hold the removal tool, and it's got it in there locked, and then I will torque the nut to 89 foot-pounds. And it's still pulling it up. That way the crankshaft will not rotate. All right. Now we've got 89 foot-pounds. Now we got to back it out. And run it back up. Then we got to torque it to 37 foot-pounds, then 90 degrees. Stick it in there where it just grabs. This will hold it for us. Put the extension in there. Adjust our torque wrench. 37 foot-pounds. First torque is always the hardest, getting to hold the thing. Especially no belt, nothing connected to it. All right, we got 37 foot-pounds. So we get a wrench, hold it. Went down too far. Quick. 37 foot-pounds. Make sure this is it. Come on, thing. Let's get that wrench on the other side. All right, there's 37 foot-pounds, so we'll take it all out. And then we're going to get our impact that we just had. With our 18mm socket, and we're going to move it 90 degrees. So we'll get a marker. We're going to mark on the head of the bolt 90 degrees. So one line on the head of the bolt up and down, one line on the pulley sideways, so we'll know what 90 degrees is when we hit it with impact. So just about there. Just a tad more. And that's it. Bolt went 90 degrees. We're done torquing the crankshaft pulley. Now, as I promised, I'm going to walk you around this engine and show you the miscellaneous things that were installed. Plus, I'm going to give you a few of the differences between the 11 and 12 and the 13 and 14. Now, one of the things that we pre-installed was the old pressure switch. Went ahead and put some liquid sealant on the switch. Don't use Teflon. Liquid sealant. Also installed the crankshaft sensors on both sides. Now this is another difference between 13 and 14 and 11 and 12. On the 13, 14, you know, the sensors pretty much interchange. You know, one will plug into the other. On the 11 and 12, they won't. If you see these little notches here, those notches won't allow you to plug in a regular sensor, vice versa. Also, we've already got our Jiffy Tight fittings on the back of the heads. And here's the ground that goes to the chassis. I went ahead and pre-installed it. One of the big differences in the 11, 12, and 13 and 14, 13, 14 has a vacuum pump right here. There is no vacuum pump on this head. So this head on the passenger side will not interchange to the 13, 14s. Reason being, the vacuum pump's not there. In the 11 and 12s, the vacuum pump is up in the driver's side front, just below the airbox. Another big change, something completely different about these engines, is the wiring harness. The wiring harness is a bit more complicated for the 11 and 12s because there's wiring that goes down to the turbochargers, where on the 13, 14 is just a vacuum line. So I just want to cover a few things where we're here at the very end. Okay guys, that does it for this portion of our 3.5 Ecoboost build-up for the 2011 through 2012 Ford F-150. That is the end of Phase 4. Up next, Phase 5. Phase 5 should be covering exhaust manifolds, turbochargers, and wiring the engine. Stay tuned. And while you're at it, please click on the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Every bit of it helps, and I appreciate you guys that have done it so far. Just in one day, I've gotten several likes on each one of my videos and a whole bunch of views for the videos just in a couple of days. So please keep it up. Once again, this is Daniel with Boss C 351's Productions. Thank you again.